Yes. Welcome to Easy English by Eddie Singh, and today we are going to discuss some of the important question answers from class 10 literature, just keeping in view the urgency of preparation of exams. Most of the student over the country, they are preparing for their board exams, so they may have a glance, revisional work of all the lessons. So we are going to discuss some of the questions of 2 marks as well as 5 marks. So let us see what different questions can be there. Manish, well, we are going to discuss some of the questions from different lessons. First, we'll discuss the answers of short questions, how to respond to short question answers, 2 marks, and then we'll go for long question answers, value based. Let's start, Manish. You ask questions that is of 2 marks. Yes.
Who was Miss Mabin?
Yes.
Was she really devoted to Mrs. Packletide?
Well, this question is from Mrs. Packletide's tiger. Am I right? Yes, Prince?
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
question is from Mrs. Packletide's tiger. Miss Lauser Mabin was a paid companion of Mrs. Packletide. She was appointed to accompany Mrs. Packletide in the task of, shooting the tiger. Am I right?
Yes.
And so she just was paid for that purpose. She was little bit crafty and cunning. What she said was practically untrue. She just showed that she was very economical and wanted to save Mrs. Packletide's money, but in fact she was greedy of money. She was greedy of money. Yeah.
How did she behave during the tiger shooting?
Yeah, she behaved quite like a elderly sister. She just told Mrs. Packletide that they would not pay for the goat if the tiger didn't attack it. So she was just trying to save the money of Mrs. Packletide. But in the later stage, when the tiger just died of heart failure, and she came to know the reality that Mrs. Packletide's shot missed the target, she blackmailed her and extracted 680 extra amount to buy a luxurious cottage at Darken. That behavior suggests that she was greedy of money and she had a dual character. Dual character. Next question, please.
Why was the postmaster bewildered?
Bewildered, yeah.
Bewildered.
Yes. Yes, Prince. The postmaster was in trouble the night when he was waiting for his daughter's letter. He was sitting in the post office,
Yes,
and that there was just a knocking at the door at 4 o'clock in the morning, just at 4 o'clock, and he just thought that Coachman Ali used to come at 4 o'clock, so he just went to open the door, and when he opened the door, an elderly figure like Ali came in, and he asked, "Come, Ali bhai, take it, this is your Miriam's letter." But the fact that just at the same time, Lakshmi Das, the clerk, came, and he asked the postmaster who he was talking to. The postmaster said that he was talking to Coachman Ali. He came just to receive his daughter's letter, and I handed him the letter to him. But the letter was lying on the floor. Lakshmi Das said that, "Sir, you are mistaken. The letter was lying on the floor, and actually Coachman Ali died 3 months ago. Died 3 months ago." So that really made the postmaster troubled and bewildered because he couldn't believe what he saw before his eyes. Actually, he was in confusion whether he was deceived by his imagination or whether he had really seen Coachman Ali coming in. Next question, please.
Why was the grandfather so keen on changing his will?
Yeah, as soon as the old gentleman, Abel Merriweather, came to know that his daughters were greedy, he had heard the conversation while he was coming off his room that they were just planning to divide the entire property, and they were just taking tea and talking about how they were going to divide the property. He had heard the conversation while coming from his room downstairs. He just thought of that these greedy daughters of him were of no avail to him, and he just decided to change the will because he knew that they had never taken care of him and therefore they deserved nothing. And that is the reason why he decided to go to the court and change his will. He had decided to marry Mrs. Rock, the landlady of the Ringo Bell, and he had decided to live with her the whole life, and therefore he had decided to give the entire property to whom? Tell me. To Mrs. Rock. the honor of the ringo bell, and he had just decided not to give anything to these two daughters because they were very greedy. They were very, yeah.
Why, why did the Albertus follow the ship and how did the sailors treat it?
Yeah, the Albertus was a friendly appearance. The appearance of the Albertus, the bird, was a friendly one. The bird Albertus came just to the mariners to help them and play with them, eat the food given by them. It was a friendly gesture. When the bird came, it flew round and round the ship and made the icebergs melt. So the mariners became very happy because the bird rescued the mariners from the trouble. So they gave the food to the bird and to eat, and the bird played with them. Understand?
Yes.
So the coming of the bird was just a friendly gesture, and throughout the journey, the bird behaved very friendly way. Understand? Amicably, and it came just at the right time at 9 o'clock by church time, and it went through the whole journey throughout them throughout. Yeah. So the bird was just a friendly appearance, and it followed the mariners even in the mist or even in the cloud, even in the cloud. Next, please.
Why was Decius more successful than Calpurnia in persuading Caesar?
Yeah, Decius Brutus interpreted the dream of Calpurnia very intelligently in his favor. He just described that the vision was fair and fortunate. He misinterpreted the dream, saying that the vision was fair and fortunate, and the Caesar statue spouting blood in many pipes like a fountain suggests that Caesar will become great, and when he will die, the people of Rome will just give him respect and will gather and dip their handkerchief in his blood, just a mark of respect and reverence, and just as a kind of respect for the coming generation. And that is how he described and expounded the dream of Calpurnia. He said that Caesar was going to be great in the eyes of the Roman people, and Rome will become great under his guidance. And that is what the dream that Calpurnia had seen had been expounded by Decius Brutus. More importantly, Decius Brutus tempted Caesar by saying that if he said no and if he didn't go to the Senate hall, the senators might change their decision about making him the crown or giving him the crown. And this really tempted Caesar because he had already refused the crown thrice. So now he was not going to, refuse it fourth time. That is how Decius Brutus became more successful in convincing Caesar than Calpurnia.
What purpose do the statues and monuments serve? Right on the basis of not marble nor the gilded monument.
Well, Not Marble Nor the Gilded Monument is a poem. It is a sonnet written by William Shakespeare. It highlights the fact that poetry immortalizes our love. Monuments and statues serve the purpose of perpetuating the memory of someone. If we really want to perpetuate the memory of anyone, we can create a monument or we can build a statue in the memory of someone. That is the reason why the kings and queens, the prince and princess got their monuments erected just to perpetuate the memory of their beloved one. Just to perpetuate the memory of their beloved one. And that is the purpose of creating a monument. Monuments and statues are erected just to perpetuate the memory of our beloved one so that they can be remembered by the posterity, by the coming generation. आने वाली जनरेशन भी उनको याद रखे, इसके लिए मॉन्यूमेंट्स एंड स्टैचू को बनाया जाता है. हाँ.
What made Mrs. Packletide go for a tiger hunt?
Yeah, actually, Mrs. Packletide was jealous of the achievement of her arch rival Luna Bimberton, who had flown in an Algerian airplane for how many miles? 11 miles, piloted by Algerian pilot. So the achievement of Luna Bimberton had made her jealous. She wanted to outshine the glory of Luna Bimberton by doing something more adventurous, more more interesting. And so being a lady, she just decided to shoot a tiger so as to outshine the glory of Luna Bimberton. And that is the reason why she decided to shoot a tiger.
What does hanging of the albatross round the mariner's neck signify?
Yeah, hanging of the dead albatross around the mariner signifies the act of punishment. Actually, the other mariners wanted to make the ancient mariner get punished because he had done the wrong thing. He had done the most hellish thing by killing the bird for no reason. So they wanted to, punish him by hanging the dead albatross around his neck. Actually, the word Albertus is a pun. It is a pun. Understand? It is a pun because it has got two meaning. One meaning is the bird, that noun, the bird itself, and the other meaning is the cause of trouble. What is the other meaning? Cause of trouble. So actually, the Albertus in the neck of the ancient mariner reminded the ancient mariner that he had done wrong thing and he deserved the punishment. He deserved the punishment. So it was just a reminder of his punishment. Thank you very much.